Quick question. What's the very first thing you do when you wake up?
Honestly, I check my phone, like immediately.
Same. But here's the thing. What if those first 10 minutes of your day could actually make your English better without any extra time?
Wait, without extra time?
Without extra time. Just small changes to what you're already doing.
Okay, now you have my full attention.
Good. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to EMA English Daily. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Good to be back with you all.
Today, we're talking about 5 morning habits that can improve your English every single day.
Yeah, and these aren't big, complicated habits. They're small, simple things you can start tomorrow morning, right when you wake up.
I love that. Small changes, real results.
Exactly. We've got real examples, 2 role-play moments, and simple phrases you can start repeating tomorrow. So let's not waste any time.
Let's get into it. Segment 1. Why mornings matter for learning.
Jack. Okay, so first, let's talk about why mornings specifically. Why not just study at night?
Yeah, actually, I always study at night. Isn't that normal?
It's common, sure. But here's the problem. By nighttime, your brain is tired. You've already used a lot of mental energy during the day.
True, by the evening I can barely think in my own language, let alone English.
Exactly. We've all been there. But in the morning, your brain is fresh. It's like a clean notebook, ready for new information.
Okay, that makes sense. So mornings are like prime time for the brain?
Exactly. Prime time. And here's something else. Whatever you do first in the morning tends to set the tone for your whole day.
Like a domino effect?
That's a great way to put it. If you start your day with even 5 minutes of English, your brain kind of stays in English mode a little longer during the day.
Okay, but I have to be honest, mornings are chaos for me. Alarm, coffee, rushing out the door. Where would English even fit in?
That's exactly why today's habits are all quick and simple. None of them need extra time. They just replace something you're already doing.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's get into habit number 1.
Let's do it.
Segment 2. Habit 1. Think in English before you even get out of bed. Jack. All right. Habit number 1. And this one costs 0 extra minutes. Before you get out of bed, think in English for just 30 seconds.
Wait, while I'm still lying there half asleep?
Exactly. That's actually the perfect time. Your brain is relaxed, no pressure.
Okay, but think about what exactly?
Simple stuff. What do I need to do today? What's the weather like? I'm feeling tired, or I slept well.
Oh, so just basic thoughts? Nothing complicated?
Right. Nothing complicated at all. The goal isn't perfect grammar. It's just starting your day with English instead of your first language.
Okay, I actually really like this one because it doesn't require any extra effort.
That's the whole point. Small, easy, doable every single day. And here's a fun bonus tip. Say good morning to yourself in English, out loud.
Talk to myself first thing in the morning?
Ha! Yes! Good morning. Let's have a great day. It sounds silly, but it works.
Okay, I might actually try that tomorrow.
Do it, and let us know in the comments if it felt weird.
I'm sure it will. Okay, what's habit number 2?
Habit 2 is all about your morning drink, whether that's coffee, tea, or anything else. Segment 3. Habit 2. Narrate your coffee or tea routine. Okay, so most of us have some kind of drink in the morning, right? Coffee, tea, maybe just water.
Coffee. Always coffee. Non-negotiable.
Haha, same here. So habit 2, while you're making your drink, narrate it in English, quietly in your head or even out loud if you're alone.
Like, describe what I'm doing?
Exactly. I'm boiling the water. I'm adding sugar. This smells so good.
Oh, this is like the narrating trick we've talked about before, right?
Yes, exactly. Same idea. But now it's tied to something you literally do every single morning. That makes it automatic.
Okay, so it becomes a routine within a routine.
Exactly. Well said. And here's a useful phrase for this moment. I need my coffee before I can function.
That's so true for me, honestly.
It's a common expression. Native speakers say that all the time, meaning I can't think clearly without coffee.
Okay, I'm definitely using that one. What if someone doesn't drink coffee or tea, though?
Great question. This works with anything. Brushing your teeth, making breakfast, even just opening the curtains. Narrate any small morning action.
So the habit isn't really about coffee. It's about narrating routine actions.
Exactly. Coffee is just the easiest example because almost everyone has some kind of morning drink.
Okay, I love this one too. What's next?
Next, let's do our first role play, a classic morning scenario.
Yes, let's do it.
Segment 4. Roleplay number 1. Morning chat with a roommate or family member.
Jack. All right, so the scene is, we live together, and we're both in the kitchen making breakfast. Okay, I'm ready. Jack. In character, sleepy tone. Morning. Did you sleep okay? Emma. In character. Not really, actually. I was tossing and turning most of the night. Jack. Breaking character. Wait, let's pause. Tossing and turning. Great phrase, but let's explain it. Emma. Laughing. Oh, I actually used it correctly without knowing. Jack. You did. Tossing and turning means you're moving around in bed a lot because you can't sleep well. Emma. Oh, that's such a useful phrase. I think everyone can relate to that one. Definitely. All right, let's continue the scene. Jack. That's rough. Did something keep you up? Emma. In character. I think it was just too hot in my room. Jack. In character. Yeah, it's been really warm lately. Want some coffee? Might help you wake up. Emma. In character. Please. Yes, I need it.
Coming right up. So, what's on your schedule today?
I've got a meeting at 10. Then I'm free for the rest of the day.
Nice. Sounds like an easy day.
Fingers crossed.
And scene.
Fingers crossed. I use that instinctively too.
You're on fire today. Let's explain that one as well, since it's such a common phrase. Fingers crossed means hoping something goes well, like hoping for good luck.
Right, like literally crossing your fingers for luck.
Exactly. Let's go over the key phrases from that scene quickly. Tossing and turning for bad sleep. What's on your schedule today for asking about someone's day. And fingers crossed for hoping something goes well.
These all feel like real conversations people actually have every morning.
That's exactly the goal. Real, useful, repeatable. All right, let's move to habit number 3.
Segment 5. Habit 3. Read one small thing in English.
Emma. Okay, habit 3. What do you have for us?
Jack. Read one small thing in English every morning. Doesn't have to be long, just something short.
Like what exactly?
A news headline, a short paragraph, even a few lines from a book. The key word here is small. We're not talking about reading a whole newspaper. Okay, that sounds doable. But why morning specifically, again? Because your brain absorbs new words better when it's fresh. Remember what we said earlier? Also, reading first thing gives your brain something interesting to think about during the day. So it's like planting a seed early. I like that, planting a seed early, and it grows throughout the day as you think about what you read.
Okay, but what if I don't understand every word?
You don't need to. That's actually completely normal and honestly expected. Focus on the general idea. Not every single word. Wait, even short texts? We don't need to understand everything? Even short texts, yes. Understanding 70 or 80% is a huge win. Don't let perfectionism stop you from practicing. Okay, that takes some pressure off, definitely. It should. And here's a bonus tip. Keep a small notebook and write down one new word or phrase you found interesting each morning. Just one? Just one. Small and consistent beats big and overwhelming. We've said this before, and it's true again here. I love how simple all of these habits are. What's habit 4? Habit 4 is my personal favorite. It's all about listening.
Segment 6. Habit 4. Listen to English during your morning routine.
All right. Habit 4. Listen to English while doing your normal morning tasks. Brushing your teeth, getting dressed, making breakfast.
Like a podcast?
Podcast, music, even a short video. Anything, really. The point is filling that background time with English instead of silence or your first language.
Okay, but should I try to understand everything while I'm getting ready? That sounds hard.
No, and this is important. This kind of listening is passive listening. You're not studying intensely. You're just letting your ears get used to English sounds and rhythm.
Oh, so it's more about exposure than understanding.
Exactly. Exposure. Your brain starts recognizing patterns even if you're not paying 100% attention.
That's actually kind of amazing, using time you already have.
Right. You're already brushing your teeth for 2 minutes anyway. Might as well have English in the background.
Okay, what should people listen to, though? There's just so much out there.
Good question. Start with something you actually enjoy. English podcasts about topics you like. English music. Even our channel.
Shameless plug.
A little bit, but it's true. Enjoyable content keeps you consistent, and consistency is everything with language learning.
Makes sense. If it's boring, you won't keep doing it.
Exactly. Motivation follows enjoyment. All right, are you ready for our second role play?
Let's go.
Segment 7, role play number 2, quick morning phone call. Jack. Okay, this time, the scene is a quick morning phone call between friends before work.
Got it. I'm ready.
Jack, in character, phone voice. Hey, sorry, can I call you back? I'm just heading out the door. Emma.
Oh, no worries. It's quick. Are we still on for lunch today?
Jack. Yes, definitely. Is 12:30 still good for you? Emma. Perfect. Works for me. Same place as last time? Jack. Yep, sounds good. All right, I really have to run. I'm already running late. Emma. Wait, running late? I hear that phrase constantly. Jack. It's super common. Running late just means you're behind schedule. You don't have much time. Right, and I love that run doesn't literally mean running. It just means time is short. Jack. Okay, this time, the scene is a quick morning phone call between friends before work. Got it. I'm ready. Jack, in character, phone voice. Hey, sorry, can I call you back? I'm just heading out the door. Emma. Oh, no worries. It's quick. Are we still on for lunch today? Jack. Yes, definitely. Is 12:30 still good for you? Emma. Perfect. Works for me. Same place as last time? Yup, sounds good. All right, I really have to run. I'm already running late. Emma. Wait, running late? I hear that phrase constantly. Jack. It's super common. Running late just means you're behind schedule. You don't have much time. Right, and I love that run doesn't literally mean running. It just means time is short.
Exactly. Good catch. Let's continue and finish the scene. Okay, see you at 12:30. See you then. Have a good morning. And scene.
That felt so natural, honestly, like a real phone call.
That's exactly the goal. Quick, casual, everyday English. Let's highlight the key phrases. Are we still on for? To confirm plans. Works for me. To agree with a time or plan. And running late. For being behind schedule.
These are all things I actually hear in real conversations, but never really thought about using myself.
That's completely normal. Recognizing phrases is step 1. Using them is step 2. And step 2 takes practice, which is exactly what we're doing right now.
I really like these roleplay segments. They make everything feel real.
Me too. All right, let's finish up with our final habit. Segment 8, Habit 5. Set one small English goal for the day. Okay, habit number 5, and this one ties everything together. Before you start your day, set one small English goal.
What do you mean by small goal, exactly?
Something simple and doable, like today I'll learn 3 new words, or today I'll try to think in English for 5 minutes, or even today I'll say 1 full sentence in English out loud.
Oh, so it's like a tiny mission for the day.
Exactly, a tiny mission. And here's why this works so well. Having one small, clear goal keeps English on your mind throughout the day, even during busy moments.
Wait, even one small goal makes that much difference?
It really does, because without a goal, it's easy to forget about practicing entirely. But with one small goal, your brain keeps checking in. Did I do that thing yet?
That's such a simple idea, but it makes a lot of sense.
It's simple on purpose. Complicated systems fail because people give up. Simple habits succeed because they're easy to repeat.
Okay, I think I'm going to start doing this tomorrow morning, honestly.
You should. And if you're watching this right now, pick one small goal for tomorrow morning. Just one.
I love that. Such a good way to end the habits.
All right, let's bring everything together now with our key takeaways.
Emma. Okay, everyone, let's recap the 5 morning habits we talked about today. Jack. Habit 1. Think in English for 30 seconds before you even get out of bed. Simple thoughts, no pressure. Emma. Habit 2. Narrate your coffee or tea routine, or really any small morning action in English. Jack. Habit 3. Read one small thing in English every morning, even just a headline or a few lines. Emma. Habit 4. Listen to English during your morning routine, brushing teeth, getting dressed, making breakfast, let it play in the background. And Habit 5. Set one small English goal for the day, something simple you can actually achieve. And don't forget the phrases we practiced. I need my coffee before I can function. Tossing and turning, fingers crossed, are we still on for, works for me, and running late. All small, all useful, all things you can start using immediately. The best part is, none of these habits need extra time. They just replace things you're already doing every morning. Exactly. Small changes, real results over time. I really love that message. Such a great episode.
Jack! All right, everyone. That wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate every single one of you. If you found these habits helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here. And leave a comment below. Tell us, which habit are you going to try tomorrow morning? We'd love to know. Yes, we read all the comments, so don't be shy. Let us know. Next time on EMA English Daily, we're going to talk about how to build confidence speaking English, even when you're nervous, so you definitely don't want to miss that one. Until then, have a great morning and keep practicing a little bit every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Take care.